something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Children, what's that sound?
Is it time? It's time. That's right, man. Got to break up the credence this morning.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. And when the band plays Hail to the Chief, ooh, they point the cannon at you. No, it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator, son. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. No. Some folks are born silver spoon in hand. Lord, don't they help themselves, dog? But when the tax man comes through the door, Lord, the house looking like a rummage sale, yes. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son, no, no. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one, no.
Comrade, are you a fortunate son? I'm not a fortunate son. Is Moni a fortunate son? Or Dre?
Some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. Ooh, they send you down to war. And when you ask them, how much should we give? Ooh, the only answer, more. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no military son. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son.
We are none fortunate, are we? Maybe we are, I don't know. Some may consider that we are fortunate, but I don't think we are. Ooh. That's nice. That's nice, Trey. In Texas, that's winter. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ah! What the hell? There's a bug after me. Yeah, in Texas we call that Tuesday. But yeah, it's getting pretty warm. Surprisingly, it's not been as hot as what we'd gotten used to. But it is still just July. I mean, basically July 4th for us in the States, that's pretty much the middle of summer. Well, actually, no, maybe not the middle, but it's getting right near the middle of summer. So it starts getting really, really hot, like repressingly hot. Usually in August. Usually like the end of July, beginning of August. That's when it just starts getting like ugh. Like you don't want to go outside, and even the beach is like, no, it's too hot for the beach, man. Where are you going? You went to sleep with 2 big fans on. Uh-oh. Somebody angered the ghouls. Oh, we have more friends coming now. Okay, good. Oh my god, more? What's happening? Why are there so many ghouls? No. Yeah, here in Texas, you pretty much have to have AC, or you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer a lot. In fact, there are still houses here that are, they're mostly really, really old houses that still don't have air conditioning. And, yeah, nobody rents those. Because, I mean, you can get window units. You can put in window units, but everybody knows window units are really expensive. I don't necessarily mean the unit itself, but to run them is expensive. Because you can get a window unit, like a basic 5000 BTU window unit, you can get it for like 150 bucks. So it's not expensive, but when you turn that sucker on, oh, good luck, man. Your electrical is going to get nasty. I mean, heck, I don't even have a window unit. I have regular central heating and air, and my bill is almost $130. And it's going to get higher, which sucks. I know it's, you know, July and August bill is going to be dirty. It's going to be, I'm fully expecting to pay like 150 bucks. Easy. Your AC is your window. Yeah, that's how it is for some people. But yeah, all the newer homes here in Texas, they all have AC. It's pretty much a necessity. Because it does get so damn hot. Plus, they've changed the way they designed homes, too. It's not like the old days, where, like, the old homes were designed specifically so you could actually have a nice breeze go through them. Yes, there really were homes back in the day that were designed that way. Like, check out any houses that were built, like, in the 1800s or the early 1900s. They are designed in a lot of them are designed in a very specific way, on purpose. Like, one thing you all may not remember, and even I don't remember it, because I'm not that old. There used to be a particular design in the house where there would be, like, this little, like, you would have your front door, and then right above your front door, there was, like, this little window. It was, like, a kind of a crescent-shaped window that you could open, that you could, like, pop open. And you had one in your front door, and you had one in your back door. And you could crack those open during the day, and a nice breeze would be able to go through the house continuously. You wouldn't even have to really open the other windows. But they were designed like that because they knew that there would be really, really warm days. So you didn't have to open up your windows all the time. You just had to mess with those little crescent doors. Or crescent windows, I should say. I didn't know.
Don't think I won't hurt you.
Yeah, there are no drug kingpins here. Only in Mexico. Okay, yeah, I can't let them kill her. I'm running out of merchants. Oh, look, you actually got up. Patrick. Ooh. Did I hear a... What was that noise? As far as I know, Dre, we actually might... Oh, that's what it is. We actually might see another one. Because there's just too much... there's too much insanity going on right now. And there's still a lot of people who aren't working. And plus with all this... Because they just went and they actually just had the June jobs report. Back on the 2nd of July. And it was actually better than expected. They knew that a certain amount of jobs were going to be created and that unemployment was going to go down a little. And it did. It actually went down more than they thought it would. It's down to 11.1%. But that's still a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And the benefits, the unemployment benefits for those people are actually running out at the end of this month. If not, I think it's like either mid-July or the end of this month. So it's either 2 or 4 weeks away. So yeah, a lot of those people who've been on unemployment, they're going to have a hard time. And plus, with a whole bunch of places closing up again, a lot of people who return to work are now having to go back on unemployment. And yeah, so a lot of people are going to be without money. So I don't know how that's all going to get handled. But yeah, more evictions are coming, and it's going to get ugly. Hey, look, we have a TV. Want to watch TV? Oh, I turned it off. But I don't know when something like that's gonna happen. They're not gonna pay it back. You don't have to pay that money back. But that money is running out. It's not gonna be there anymore because it was only for a set period of time, and that period of time is coming up. So it's I hope whoever was getting that money, that if they didn't save that money, they at least put it toward their rent, you know, for a couple of months. That's what a friend of mine did. They got a pretty sizable unemployment check, but they paid their rent like 3 months in advance, which is a good idea, because they were like, well, at least I don't have to worry about rent, so rent's taken care of, which is good. That's what people should have been doing with it, but you know, some people are, they get money like that, and they're like, ooh, we're gonna go buy some good stuff. Let's go get some clothes. Let's go out to eat. It's like, no, woman, you gotta pay your bills, man. July 29th. Yeah, there's no word if they're gonna extend it. In fact, when asked, a lot of senators were like, yeah, we doubt we're gonna do it. So it feels like they've kind of given into the fact that they're going to let a lot of people fail. And it's kind of crap because, you know, they gave all those huge tax breaks to all those billionaires. So the billionaires are fine. But, you know, your regular Joes, they're gonna, some of them are gonna end up on the street, and it's gonna suck. Because a lot of them have kids, and then I don't know what's gonna happen with their kids, man. I'm actually, I mean, I'm just like them. I'm worried for their kids, man. Oh, God. Oh, Mirelurks. Okay. All level 24s, huh? Oh, well, they're just... Okay, they're not even responding to me. Oh, now they are. And there's still no word, to make it even worse, there's still no word on if school is going to start in the fall. No one knows. At least here in my area, nobody knows for sure. Everybody's like, we're planning for it, but we don't know. That doesn't help, man. We need some concrete plans. Either we are or we're not. And if we are, how are we going to roll it out? And if we're not, how are we going to handle the kids staying home? It does bug me though, man, because there was a report that went out that Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, with all the tax cuts and everything that's happened so far this year, his value has actually gone up by like $68 billion. Can you imagine that? He hasn't done anything differently. Nothing differently. He's just running Amazon as he always has. But, yeah, his value just in the last 6 months, $68 billion. That's insanity. And I think a lot of these executives are kind of showing their true colors now. Another person, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but there's a boycott of Facebook right now, where a lot of big advertisers, and not just like small game, I'm talking big advertisers like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nike, you know, some big companies that are finally saying to Facebook, okay, we're not going to advertise with you anymore. And so they've halted all their advertising. And Facebook, no joke, Mark Zuckerberg said straight out, he said, oh, they'll be back. He doesn't even give a damn. He's like, they'll be back. And he's kind of right too. He really is. Because that's how it is with a lot of these things, when people decide they're going to do a boycott and, you know, they're all for it for like a month, but then after that, they just kind of go back to the way they were. So that's why he's not sweating it. They've even asked him, they're like, are you afraid? He's like, no. Like, why not? They'll be back. They will come back. It may not be next week or next month, but they will be back. And he's absolutely right. He's just going to wait it out. Because a lot of them will realize, well, Facebook still has 1 billion people on it. And on top of that, here's something that really kind of... I mean, he's always been kind of a terrible person, and this this drove the point home even more. I read an article about him trying to buy some property in Hawaii. Because he and his wife want to build another house. They have a lot of houses, apparently. But they want to build another house in Hawaii, but the owners of that land are like, no, we're good. We're just gonna keep our land and we're gonna be happy. So he's suing them. He's suing them to force them to sell their property to him. And I'm like, dude, I knew he was an evil jackass, but oh my God. He's suing them because they won't sell their land. That has got to be the... I mean... Just come on, man. Just leave them alone. Oh wow, didn't kill him. A trillionaire? Yes, there will be a trillionaire. I don't know when exactly, but there will be a trillionaire. Here we go. I'm letting them come to the guns. Oh, we attracted more. Zillionaire is not really a thing. Because after trillion, it's quadrillion. Okay, is that all the bugs? I think we're good. Okay. Oh, damn it, but they destroyed some of our crops. Oh, something blew up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Bezos is going to be the first trillionaire. I'm pretty sure of it. In fact, I kind of want to look now and see what his current value is. Let's see. Jeff Bezos net worth. This might... Okay, here we go. Well, it says here 2020. It doesn't give an exact date, but it's stating 166.3 billion. Oh, wait, hold on. There's an updated list of his numbers here. $171.6 billion. 100 I could never imagine having that much money. And his ex-wife's doing pretty good too, Mackenzie. She's sitting in at 54.6 billion. Bill Gates still sitting at 109 billion. But yeah, Jeff Bezos, dude, that's just that money, that value is just insane. I just don't, I mean, once you hit a certain number, it's like, what's the point? I mean, why keep gathering money other than to do some really terrible stuff with it? I can't even imagine what I would do with $166 billion. I really don't. Because at that point, it's like, you know, well, when you figure once you get to that point where you have that much money, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand how it works. He doesn't just have like a huge wad of 166 billion in cash. I know it's mostly all Amazon stock, but still, I mean, by the time you get to 166 billion, I imagine you've pretty much bought everything you could have ever wanted in your life. Houses, yachts, cars, people. I mean, just everything. It's like at that, it's like once you hit that number, it's like, what's the point? What more do you want? What more do you want to do? Start buying companies to add even more to your value? I mean, I just don't know, man. That's why I kind of like what Bill Gates is doing. Yeah, the guy's worth $110 billion, but he's giving away a lot of money.
Who's there?
I mean, just a lot of money. I know people, because of everything that's been going on with malware and stuff, people are saying all these weird, crazy things about Bill Gates. He's trying to put chips in people. He's trying to force the cure on people. Stuff like that. What's the point? What would be the point of doing all those things that people say that he's trying to do? It makes no sense. It's like, why? Why would he try to force people to put microchips in their body? What's the point? It's to track you. We don't need to do that to track you, man. We just... You carry a cell phone. Come on. It's just stupid. We don't need to track you all. We just have to track your cell phones. Everybody carries those. There's no need for microchips. We did it ourselves. Tracking us? No, man. Cell phones. Putting bugs inside our houses? No, the government's not doing that. You know what they're doing? They're just selling us Alexa and OK Google. And we're buying it. See, they don't have to do anything. They know that we'll do it ourselves. Oh, who killed my sense? Did you kill my sense? Who is this? Who are you? Oh, it's Ric Flair.
Pleasure to see you again, ma'am. Are you ready?
Dre is not a billionaire. He's close, but he's not a billionaire. Last I checked, he's worth like 700 million, but that's still a lot of money. Same thing with Jay-Z. Well, actually, Jay-Z might be a billionaire. Yeah, because he's got a lot of assets. He doesn't have just straight cash, but he's got a ton of assets. Let's see, Jay-Z net worth. Says he's right at $1 billion. Yep. So that makes sense. Right at $1 billion. Yeah, because when you think of it, it's him and Beyonce. And I mean, obviously, he was already doing well for himself even before Beyonce. And then when you add in her fortune, which she's also made a ton of money, yeah, they're billionaires. That makes perfect sense. Kanye, the sad thing about Kanye is he's not the one with the most money. His wife is actually the one with a majority of the money. Too many of them. Get away. Yeah, Kanye doesn't have a ton of money. He's got some assets, don't get me wrong, but if you compare him to his wife is the one with all the money. Yeah, I saw that. So stupid. But he's pretty much just pulling the Donald Trump there. That's all he's doing. He saw, I mean, because that was really all Donald Trump was trying to do by running for president, was just to, you know, get his face out there some more, get people, you know, remind people that he's there. That sort of thing. I think that's all that Kanye is doing. He'll go out and he'll do some stupid stuff, and it'll get some headlines, and somebody will go and buy a pair of his shoes, and he'll be happy. That's pretty much the whole thing. It's the only reason he's even doing it is just it's publicity. But yeah, I saw his tweet. He's like, "I'm running for president," and I just tweeted him back one word: no. You are not going to be president. If we followed up a Trump presidency with a Kanye West presidency, we deserve every terrible thing that is about to happen to us. I mean, he's a great rapper. He really is. He's written some really amazing music. But yeah, he's not the first person I think of when I think, who should we get to meet with the ambassador of Russia? Kanye West. No, Kanye. You're not gonna. You're not meeting with the ambassador. Jay-Z. Well, he's definitely got the business acumen. Acumen is what I meant to say. He's done a hell of a lot better than Trump has. I mean, when you just compare it directly, he doesn't. He's far better because he really did start from the ground up. He didn't have, you know, nobody handed him anything. He just worked and made his music. I mean, he did some other stuff that would definitely keep him from being president, and we all know it, and he's openly admitted it, that he used to sell drugs. So he could never be president because of that. Well, at least I don't think he would be. You never know. We've kind of lowered our standards in those areas. But as far as a businessman, he's done a hell of a job. He's got his music. He's got his clothing brands. He's got, oh my God. He's got, what is it, that music streaming service, Tidal? He's done everything right. You know, so he's definitely improved his life. Ah, no, don't punch me with your claws. So I wouldn't say Jay-Z would be president. I would say maybe he would be he could probably be a cabinet member. Secretary of the Treasury, something like that. Put him in charge of the money. He'll do all right. Yeah, at this point, I kind of want to see a scientist as president. Simply because, you know, we've gone far too long just basing our decisions on faith and religion, and it's just like, nah, we gotta stop doing that. We gotta move towards science. Because science in itself is not, you know, there is no set answer. And own half of an NBA team. Oh, does he? I don't even know. Oh, that's right. I think he did buy a portion of an NBA team. I sincerely don't remember what team it is though. I don't really follow Jay-Z anymore. Like when he was doing nothing but rapping. Oh yeah, I followed him a lot during his big pimpin' days. But yeah, as of late I've not really. Ah! Oh my God, what are you doing here? Which team does he own? Oh, the Nets. Okay, well, that's not a bad franchise. He needs to get them to win a title, man. Get a couple of titles under his belt as an owner. The value of the Nets would go insane. Because that's how you really make your investment blow up. You like what you'll do is you go in, you know, invest like $100 million in a franchise that's not doing very well. You know, put some work and some effort into them, and hopefully in 5 to 8 years get them a championship. And just like that, man. And suddenly your $100 million is worth $500 million. Ow! Why are you all only attacking me? There's a robot here. This car's gonna blow up or something. Jordan did the same thing. Jordan owns I forget what team it is that he owns. Well, he owns. He's like a part owner. Is it the Charlotte Hornets? I think it's the Charlotte Hornets that that Michael Jordan owns part of. Oh, it's Jack Cabot. But investing is actually the way to go. It really is. You just have to be smart with your investments. That's what I do. In fact, I've actually made it known lately that I've been using Robinhood. Because for a long time I'd been using like E-Trade, companies like that. But then I read up on Robinhood and I was like, that is a much better option. Oh, he doesn't own the... Oh, he sold his stake in it? Well, that's not bad either. Yeah, because you could do that too. Again, invest 100 million, keep it for a few years, you know, sell your stake in it for 200 million. Hey, man, that's $100 million profit. That's a lot of money, man. That's a good investment right there. Yeah, pretty much if you can buy even a minority stake in pretty much any professional team, like I'm talking like, you know, Major League Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. If you can get a good chunk of a minority stake there in a team, keep it for 5-10 years. 10 years preferably. Keep it for 10 years, and in most cases, you're going to make your money back when you sell it. Unless the team is just absolutely awful. then forget it. But yeah, hopefully you have some decent management of the team, and you know they'll get you at least a few winning seasons. A lot of teams have done that, like the Mets. Poor Mets, they're so terrible now. Drake Unt's part of the Toronto Raptors. Oh, he made out like a bandit then. The Raptors won a championship last year. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember exactly when, but they recently won a championship. Yeah, I think it was the year before, I think. But yeah, the value of that team went way up. Speaking of the Raptors, Vince Carter finally retiring after 22 seasons. That guy was a beast. Why are you shooting at me?
Did you hear that? Amusingly simple.
That's the hardened sniper rifle. Okay, enough of me running around shooting things. I need to go build something. What was I building before? I think it was at the Dalton farm, I think. But yeah, I do a lot of investing. In case you actually really are curious in how I make even more of my money, I do a lot of investing in day trading. But sometimes you have to be very, very careful with some of the day trades, because you can get burned. In fact, a friend of mine who I had actually talked to him about a month ago, and he was doing a lot of day trading, and he was about to do like a super high risk investment in this company called Luck and Coffee. And I told him straight out, I go, dude, don't do it. He's like, why, man? I said, just don't, dude. That company has fraud on their balance sheet. It's bad. It's just don't do it. He's like, no, man, I'm taking a chance. I'm like, dude, you know, because obviously I can't stop him. And yeah, I think it actually happened to him, because last I heard from him, he invested a ton of money in Luck and Coffee, and in fact, just last week, it was announced that they're being delisted, which is horrible news. So pretty much all the money, unless he can find someone to unload his shares to, which I don't think he's going to be able to find, pretty much all that money he invested is gone. And I don't know how much he invested, but I know he did. And he's younger, so he, with younger people, they just kind of take chances, and I think what happened with him is that he took a few chances on a few shares of various companies, and it worked out well for him, which is good. I'm glad it did. But part of that problem is now he thinks that he can't, do any wrong. And so he goes and he made that huge investment, and he was wrong. And I even told him, I said, dude, it's fraud. Leave it alone. But he purchased a bunch of shares in that company, and now his money's gone. And I haven't talked to him since. He's not even on Facebook anymore. He closed his account. So I can't even get a hold of him anymore. So I'm thinking that's what happened, is that he tossed in a ton of money, taking a huge risk, and it completely burned him. Because I'm pretty sure he knows that I know that Luckin got delisted. And he knows that I know what that means. Baseball trying to come back with players. Well, yeah, they're doing like some warm-up games, and they're trying to come back toward the end of July. I don't know how that's going to work out, though. At some point, I think you just kind of say, well, let's just scrap the season. Screw it. Oh gosh, there are a lot of new settlers here. Okay. Let me go turn this off. It's a good thing I make this building big. They're trying to do the same thing with basketball. For a long time, they were trying to just get, you know, some season out of, you know, this year, and it just, yeah. The season's lost. Football, I don't know how football's gonna handle it all. I really don't. Let's see, what do we got here? 9 people. Still don't have anybody on this general store. I've got a couple of new people out here. I tried to scrap this house, but certain parts of it I couldn't scrap, which sucks. Must pay $5.50 to talk to players. I think the reason they're doing that is because they kind of want to limit the amount of people they can get in and out of like the locker rooms and stuff, because you generally don't want very many people coming in and out of there, given the situation. Yeah, unfortunately, some sports you just, I mean, you can't really, I mean, you can play them without crowds, but it just feels weird. Like, imagine trying to watch, you know, an NFL football game without the crowd there. It's just so weird. Baseball, I think you could do it because the crowds tend to be a little more muted there. Like the cheers and stuff come in waves. But with like football, the crowd, it feels like the crowd is always there. We're gonna need some more food here. Why aren't these people going to sleep? Come on, guys, go to bed. We got beds for you. What are y'all standing out here for? Especially you. You've already farmed. Go to bed. Yeah, I was trying to scrap this house, and for some reason these parts in particular cannot be scrapped, which sucks. I'm guessing they're specialty parts. I can actually use the delete function to delete them, but I really don't want to do that. Because I've noticed whenever people use the delete function, it kind of screws with the game a little bit, and it can really start causing problems with your game. So I don't want to do that. But at the same time, the whole idea for scrapping the house was that I wanted to put their living quarters down there. I wanted to scrap all this and then turn this whole field into a farm. Because right now I have their food down there, which it works, but I wanted to use this entire area as farmland. And now, since I can't get rid of these, I mean, I could still kind of use it here. I mean, this is all open area, but it just looks weird. It's like you walk by and you're like, what the hell is this? It just looks so weird. I'll try to figure something out here. And you, go to bed, woman. Do I have to really assign you guys beds? I generally don't have to assign them beds. Let's see if I can get them to go to bed. Okay. Okay, she's not gonna come. Well, it's the middle of the night, so we'll just, oh, it's still morning here. We'll go to sleep for a little bit, see if they fix it. Stephen A. got the biggest checker money from all the reporters from ESPN. I'm not a fan of his at all. Whenever I see a show and he's on it, I'm just like, nah.
The children of Adam are dangerous. Don't trust them.
I understand why they paid him, and good for him, man. I mean, if you can go on TV and act like a jackass sometimes and get away with it, and it makes more people watch you, and you get paid for it, then do it. I just don't like him. To me, he just... So many times he has been wrong. To me, he's like Skip Bayless. I mean, yeah, every time they are right, they're like, yes, yeah, it was right. But come on, how many times has Skip Bayless been right? Not very much. He's just annoying. Again, he does kind of the same thing that Steven Smith does. Is that he knows that he can just be kind of annoying and over the top and people will watch him. Well, I mean, I guess in the big picture, yeah, he does bring in more viewers. I like I said, don't watch him because I find him annoying, but I'm sure I'm in the minority there. Because other people will watch him. Because some people like that. They like finding people on television in roles like his where they can just sit there at home and disagree with him. They like that. All right, let's see what crop are we gonna plant? Oh, that's right. I was gonna plant some potatoes. Do I have any potatoes? I've got 9 potatoes. All right, let's get the potatoes going. Also need some razor grain. I've only got 1 razor grain. In fact, I'll stick the razor grain over here. Let's make razor grain as part of the farm. Right there. Yeah, there's been plenty of word on the NFL season. Apparently, they're going to start as scheduled, as far as I know. I think the first game is like September 9th, so they've got time. They've still got a little time. The big story that came out, though, for the NFL the past week was apparently they're going to play what they called the Black National Anthem before all Week 1 games. Yeah, that was the big thing. And of course, you know, people went nuts. They're, oh, why are they gonna do that? I'm not gonna listen to the Black National Anthem. You gotta play the real one, man. If they're gonna do that, then I'm not gonna watch. Okay, then don't watch. It's the NFL. They're not going anywhere, man. Enough people are still interested in the NFL that you and a handful of your cronies who don't want to watch all because of a national anthem, it's not going to hurt them. It's just not. If you want to boycott, then go ahead. Feel better about yourself. But yeah, the NFL's not going anywhere, man. Oh, and another story about the NFL. They're pushing, and this has been something that's been going on for a number of years. They're pushing the Washington Redskins to change their name again. Like, that's something that's been kind of going on off and on for the last several years. And even if you really look back, even a few decades, because there have been times where people have said, hey, you know, maybe we should change the name now. And I think at one point, a few years back, the owner was like, we will never change the name of this team. And that was his stance. But, you know. So everybody's been thinking, well, what should we call them? And, because I think was it Nike? I think it was Nike removed all of their merchandise from the Nike store and said, yeah, we're not gonna sell Redskins merchandise anymore until they change the name. And again, Nike, they've got a lot of pull, so who knows what's gonna happen with that? I think, yeah, I think it is time to change the name. It is, because you know, it's probably been around a lot longer than it should have. A lot of people are saying they should change to the Washington Warriors, which I think sounds fine. It's kind of it feels a bit like a generic name, but it's fine. The only thing that some people seem to have problems with there is that they're kind of sticking with the Native American theme. So they may change from the Redskins to the Warriors, but they're still like putting feathers on the helmets and that sort of thing. And that's where people are still having the problems. So the question is, how are you going to work around that design? Because a warrior, I mean, there are warrior classes in, you know, in civilization going back, you know, for centuries and millennia. So who are you going to base the warrior on? I mean, because what they're obviously wanting to do is base it on the Native American, but some Native Americans are still like, yeah, if you're going to change the name, just leave us out of it completely. Which is, again, it's understandable. So I don't know how they're going to do that. But I think the Warriors is a good name. They just have to change how they present it. Let me see. Like, there's the Golden State Warriors. Like, they're fine. They don't really go with the whole warrior theme, although that's the name of their team and it works. What was another team? Oh yeah, also in baseball, the Cleveland Indians. They are also looking to possibly change their name. Which again, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's probably something that should have been changed a while back. Well, the thing is that this time around, with Vince McMahon, I was actually interested in the product this time around. I really was. I watched a couple of the games, and they weren't terrible. I mean, they were obviously not. You know, there's a reason a lot of those guys were not in the NFL. You could tell. There was a lot of drop passes. You know, the games were okay. They were passable. But the sort of the excitement level and the big plays just weren't really there. But it was still okay. It was all right. The only reason it failed this time is because of the human malware thing. Because if that didn't happen, the games would have still been going on, and I probably would have watched. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize there's a potato plant over here. Let me move this. But yeah, the only reason he lost money this time around was because of the virus. If the virus never happened, I think the XFL would have been okay. It would have done all right. The big thing they had going for it this time is that they openly allowed gambling and betting of games. And you'd be surprised how many people tuned in just for that. Like, they had over-unders, they had exact scores, they had all kinds of stuff that you could bet on. And a lot of people tuned in just for that. And not only that, it was, like I said, they weren't hiding it at all. Whenever they were broadcasting the games, they would actually mention it again and again. The over-under, are they going to cover the spread? That sort of, they talked about it all the time during the game. Why can't I scrap this? But yeah, they talked about it all the time. And so, like I said, the football was okay. It wasn't great, but it was all right. It was passable. It filled a void. Like, if the NFL season ended and you're like, God, I want to keep watching football, then I guess this could have filled a void for you. But then again, there's also arena football. Although arena football is, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a real football. Whereas the XFL actually still felt like it was passable for real NFL football. Okay, well, apparently I'm not going to do anything else with this place, so we're going to go somewhere else. Oh, there we go, the Dalton Farm. Well, the first time it was a bad product. The first time it was stupid. It was really stupid. It was going to fail. I remember when he first brought it out, and I remember looking at that product, and I remember thinking, this is going to fail. Because the whole idea of the original XFL, the one that came out, what was it, like 20 years ago now? It's been some time. But the whole idea is that they were not going to call nearly as many penalties. They allowed a lot more as far as big hits and kind of ridiculous stuff. They also encouraged other players to be, to be really out there and to do the celebrations and stuff. They encouraged all that. The problem is, when you don't enforce things like penalties and you're getting just massive impacts on almost every play, people are going to get hurt. And that's what happened. Is the first few games, they seemed sort of entertaining, but then I think they all sort of realized, okay, a lot of people are getting hurt now.
Well.
So what are we going to do? Do we want to let them keep doing this, or are we going to have to try and dial this back? Because
My kids ain't gonna believe the story.
when you allow people to just go and smash into people
Never met someone who
indiscriminately
took
without
Captain's
any
dance
sort of
before.
penalty involved, Yeah, like I said, a lot of people are going to get hurt. And that's what ended up happening. I remember the first week or two, I watched the XFL when it first came out. And again, similar situation. The games were okay. I thought it was kind of funny that the guys were running around and doing weird dances and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of people got hurt. And you can't go into a game and lose 10 people to injury simply because they're getting smashed in the face, going full speed. Which, again, that's what the XFL was trying to push, and it worked to a certain extent, but again, you can't just keep injuring people, because one, now your player is out of commission. Two, you got to pay for his health care, and three, it's just like, well, how many different people are you going to have to eventually sign to keep the rosters full? And then as the season goes on, a lot of your good players are now hurt, so you're having to just kind of throw anybody in there to fill the roster, and usually it's people that played college ball, that sort of thing, but there's a reason why they didn't go to the NFL. Because they just weren't that good. Lingerie football. I watched that too. Again, they pushed a very specific agenda with that. They not only did they have them obviously dressed up really skimpy, but they also encouraged the women to really go out there and kind of just push the envelope and that sort of thing. I guess it's okay. It's entertaining. But again, the thing that bugs me a little bit about it is that oftentimes they will make really massive hits. And again, I'm pretty sure you're aware, they do not wear a lot of padding in that game. They just don't. And so when they get hit, they're gonna feel it. And some of those women can really just lay you out. I guess, again, it's entertaining, but in the end, it's not football. In fact, there is a league. I forget the exact name of it, but there is a women's football league that they tried. And I remember I watched the championship game. Because apparently there was the whole league was only 8 teams. But they had a championship game, and I remember watching that on ESPN 3 or something. And I remember watching it, and there were a couple of good plays. There were a handful of standout players, but for the most part, it was, I don't know. It just felt really slow. The action just wasn't really there. I mean, they had some pretty, like I said, there are a handful of decent players, but again, similar situation to XFL. It's like, well, these are not big-time football players. These are people who definitely do this part-time. What's with all the burning tires? Ooh, there's a mine there. Give me the mine. There are certain women's sports that I actually really enjoy watching, though. I will put it on and I will watch it right now if it's on. Like women's tennis. Women's tennis is terrific. But then again, I when I was a teenager, I played tennis. So, of course, I'm into tennis. I would watch the WNBA more, but I almost never know when the games are on. It's not like the NFL or MLB or any of those where they announce it again and again and again on television. Hey, this Sunday, watch the Cowboys versus the Eagles. It's not like that. I almost never hear about when the WNBA is going to be on. I think I've caught maybe 2 of their games in the last 5 years. Okay. And again, it's mostly because I don't even know it's on. I mean, I don't watch a ton of television anyway, but still. But I would watch WNBA. I mean, again, you're not going to get... A lot of people were saying that it's not going to be as good as the NBA because people like the dunking and stuff like that. I kind of understand that, but at the same time, I also like watching some of the smaller players who are really into the dribbling, the hand skills, and stuff like that. The fundamentals. I enjoy that too. But again, I just more than half the time, I just never even hear about the WNBA. Another women's sport that I really like watching is women's soccer. Like when they were in the World Cup. Oh man, those matches were amazing. They were so fun to watch. I know a lot of people, I mean, soccer feels kind of like a secondary sport here in the US, but it's still, man, the women's soccer is so damn fun. Really? I missed both of those? The World Cup women's, all of their matches were amazing. They were just so fun to watch. And they had that, they had a couple of, like, Alex Morgan. She's a great player. Hope Solo, I believe, retired. Mia Hamm retired a while back, but she was another really great women's soccer player. And there's also, what's her name? Rapinoe. I got to watch her play in the World Cup, and she was great. It was just so fun to watch. Yeah, anybody that and that's the thing, I never grew up playing soccer. I never played soccer, wasn't really exposed to it. It's just not a big game here. But it's just, they're so fun to watch. So yeah, women's soccer and women's tennis, I will watch every day if I could. Which is really fun stuff. They should make LeBron, no. I get what they're trying to say. And oh my god, what in the F? I've got giant crabs. Help me. Oh gosh. Go away, crabs. Yes, they're giant hermit crabs. I may have to jump off the edge here. Go away. Damn, she got crabs. Yep, those are crabs, all right. But getting back to your comment, yeah, the reason why LeBron makes that money is because he puts butts in seats. He puts butts in seats. He gets people to watch on television. He gets people to buy his jersey. You know, all that. That's why he's worth that money. I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, I like watching WNBA, but I've never thought to myself, you know, hey, I want to go get a Lisa Leslie jersey. And I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm really not. I know some people will hear that and oh, that's sexist. No, it's not sexist. It's business. And yeah, it's in business. Sometimes stuff like that happens and it sucks, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, I can't. I think the only I also remember Cheryl Swoops. Isn't she a coach now? I think she's a coach now. I remember Cheryl Swoops. I remember Lisa Leslie. I remember a couple of the players. And Swoops was great. I loved watching her play. I didn't get to watch her play very much, but I remember her playing. But yeah, until they can justify an expense like that, I can't see paying a female soccer or a female basketball player in the WNBA $100 million. Because where's that money going to come from? It has to come from somewhere. It doesn't just magically appear. And yeah, there are companies out there who like to advertise with the WNBA, and that's cool. Like, I know they have Nike and a few other companies that are steadfast supporters, and I think that's good. But again, at the same time, there's only so much money in that pool right now. You know, the NBA, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. That's why they can afford to pay LeBron $100 million a year. Same thing with the NFL. You know, that's why, you know, they can afford to pay Egret Tours Marina. Oh, man. That's why they can afford to pay certain players, you know, $100 million because, you know, they sell jerseys. They sell season tickets. That's just not happening with the WNBA. It's not, man. Now with soccer, oh, I think they should be able to pay them a lot more, especially with the success. They've had a great soccer team for years. The women's national team, they've been great. And they've brought in so much money. And so yeah, I feel for them a bit when they argue that they deserve more money. I think they do. Because they put butts in seats. They get people watching the games. They get people tuning in, and that's why they deserve that money, because they make more money. They produce more money. WNBA, sorry, they just don't. They only made $2 million? Oof, that's rough, man. It seems kind of low, actually. Because, again, with sponsorships and everything, I don't know how they count that as income, though. How would they count that as income? Would that be just sponsorship money, or is that counted differently? I don't even know how the accounting works there. But another sport where I was all for the women making as much as the men was tennis, because there have been an amazing amount of incredible female tennis players that even 25 years ago they were not making nearly as much as the men. And I have to say this, of all the sports that I like to watch, I guess spectator sports, tennis is the one where, hands down, I enjoy the women's game more than the men's. And people were like, oh, well, it's slower and there's not as much acing. And I'm like, right. And that's why I like it. Because there comes a point where, you know, it's just these big, giant, huge men out there just acing each other back and forth, and that's boring. And tennis, you want to see some rallies, you know? You want to see them moving around, getting shots off, that kind of thing. And you just don't get that as much in the men's game. I mean, it's gotten better. There are some really good men's players out there that do play like that. Oh my god, there's so much going on here. Yeah, nobody is. At least not in the WNBA. In tennis? Oh, hell yeah. There's plenty of women that sell out arenas. Serena Williams, she is a millionaire, and she deserves every single penny. She for decades now, she has put butts in seats. Serena, great player. She deserves every penny she got. Maria Sharapova, when she was doing better, which unfortunately she's not right now. Oh, I need fiber optics. Crap. Maria Sharapova, she put a lot of butts in seats. Steffi Graf, back in her day, she put a lot of butts in seats. Maria Navratilova, again, Billie Jean King. These women sold out their respective arenas whenever they played. So yes, I think they absolutely deserve at least as much as the men. Because because like with tennis, it's a little different because they don't have jerseys, that sort of stuff, but they do have other things like tennis rackets, tennis balls, sports bags, stuff like that. And I can tell you right now, oh gosh, what's going on now? What's the deal? What are y'all looking at? But yeah, whenever I thought about buying a tennis racket when I played, I generally looked at the rackets that the players would use. And I would base at least some of my decision on that. As far as soccer goes, I can't really say. I've never bought a soccer jersey. So I've also never bought I've never bought an NBA jersey either, or an NFL jersey. In fact, I'm not a big jersey person. So yeah, I've never bought any of that stuff. But I have, like I said, I have bought tennis rackets. In fact, one of the big reasons I ended up buying the type of racket, one of the more expensive rackets that I bought when I played, one of the reasons why I bought it is because it was recommended by Pete Sampras. which back in his day he was the man. He's not the man anymore. He's retired and everything, but still, he was the man back in the day. But even if it was like I was saying, even if it was Steffi Graf or you know, Maria Navratilova, hell yeah, I would pay attention to them. Female gymnastics over. You know, female gymnastics is actually another great sport that I'd love to watch. That's actually a really interesting sport. It's hard to watch at times because I know how hard those women train, and they absolutely brutalize their bodies to try and be the best. They do just insane stuff to their bodies. What are you looking at, dude?
Jumpy tonight.
I'm gonna need to get some fiber optics. Oh wait, did that gun repair itself? I guess it did. Okay. I still need fiber optics though. But yeah, gymnastics is really, really fun to watch. Like every year, in fact, I was a little bummed because if you think of it right now, we should have been having the Summer Olympics right now. And we're not having it, obviously, because of everything that's going on, and that really bummed me out. Because I love watching the Summer Olympics. Women's gymnastics is probably... In fact, I think that kind of goes for a lot of people here in the States. It's like, we may not watch the championships that they have every year, but when the Olympics come on, oh hell yeah, we all watch the women's gymnastics. Women's gymnastics is amazing. Like, I remember, I don't know if you watched it back then, but I remember back in, what was it, 96? I think it was 1996. I don't remember exactly. I know it was in the 90s. But Carrie Strug, everybody remembers Carrie Strug. If you watched the Olympics back in the 90s, you remember Carrie Strug. And I remember watching what she did that year and how she basically went out there on a broken ankle and did that vault. That was absolutely incredible. That was legendary. It's like, I know people throw around the word epic and legendary and all that way too easily, but if you go back in that time period and you watch that live, that was a freaking legendary moment. It's one of those things where you do it and people are going to remember it the rest of their lives. Not only is she going to remember it, obviously, but other people will remember it, and that is legendary. That drama during that Olympics was... I don't think I've ever seen anything else like that to this day, even in the Olympics. I don't think I've ever seen something that dramatic. I'm trying to think of all the different sports out there where something that ridiculously dramatic happened. I can't really think of anything that's even close to that. I mean, there have been some pretty interesting things that have happened, like the Falcons versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl when they had a 28-3 lead and then the Patriots miraculously came back. I think that doesn't stand out so much because there are a lot of people who don't like the Patriots, and by the time they did that, I was already kind of over the Patriots. Like, okay, I need a new champion here. So, I mean, it was still impressive, but I don't think it's held in the same esteem because of how people were looking at them at the time. But yeah, women's gymnastics, it's really interesting. But again, I'd heard about some of the things that those women go through, and even the men too. I mean, because the men, they pretty much, if you're a gymnast, you put your body through hell, man. And they do it all for sport. But I guess if that's what their passion is, then like somebody had mentioned the other day, I was on Imager. And somebody mentioned the other day that they showed like a clip of a girl who was getting ready to do... I'm not exactly sure what she was... I think she was going to do a vault. and she looked like she was kind of twisting her back, like trying to stretch herself out to get ready. And somebody mentioned, they're like, yeah, when the gymnasts do that, they're literally popping their hip out of place and then sticking it back in place just for that run. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, what? But apparently, yeah, that's a thing, is that gymnasts, right before some of their runs, they will purposely pop their hip out of its place and then pop it back in. I don't know exactly why they do it, but apparently it's a thing. And I'm like, holy crap, dude. I can only imagine how painful it is. Not only that, but if you do it so often, eventually it's going to cause some real damage. That's just nuts, man. I don't know how people do that. Okay, we're going to have to blow all these deer up. Let's see. Hey, Jackson. Let's see. Females just don't get enough credit in sports. Even in the music industry, female rappers don't get love. Rick Ross said he's not signing a female if he can't. Oh my god, are you serious? What a jackass. There are some amazing female rappers out there, dude. Not many today, but there have been. You know who I remember from back in the day? Yo-Yo. Remember Yo-Yo? She got introduced to us by Ice Cube. I like Yo-Yo. I like Lady of Rage. She gets rough and stuff with her afro puffs. Everybody remembers that. Who else was there? Lil' Kim, before she freaked out, was actually a pretty good rapper. I'm trying to think of the best ones. MC Light. She was pretty fun. Let's see who else was there. Queen Latifah. She was alright. She was okay. She was passable. I mean, she wasn't like this amazing rapper or anything, but she definitely made a career for herself. The Brat. Oh, the Brat was amazing. She was hardcore, dude. She was badass. The Brat was amazing. I missed that. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry, Bambi. But you're getting a nuke to the face. Oh my god, somebody... Oh, the legendary one actually survived. I guess I gotta go kill him on my own. Look, he's not even running. He's like, I'm just gonna stay here. All my friends are magically dead, and I'm just gonna stay here. Yeah, the Brat was bad. Bad in a good way. But she was pretty amazing. I remember when she... do you remember Crisscross? Everybody remembers Crisscross from back in the 90s. She did a song with Crisscross called The Bomb. And they did okay. Crisscross did okay. The two Chris's. They were alright. They were never great, amazing rappers. But they were okay. But her bit on that song was incredible. I still remember it to this day, man. And the video too. But yeah, something was going on with her. She actually got herself in trouble a couple of times with the law. I'm trying to remember what actually happened to her. Let me see. I'm curious now. Let's see. She's 46 now. Actor and rapper. Has a net worth of $3 million. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Let me see. Her real name is Shantae Harris. Uh-oh, hold on. Rapper DeBrat files for bankruptcy. Oh, no. And this was actually just last year. Yeah, June 10th, 2019. Rapper filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, revealing she is... Let me see what this says. Files for bankruptcy. Says she has assets totaling $108,000. Her liabilities of $7.7 million. Ouch. The Brat's liabilities include $6.4 million owed to former cheerleader Shayla Stevens, who won a judgment against the Raptor after she hit her with a bottle in a nightclub. There you go. That's what really screwed up her life. The rapper owes another $1.2 million to Sony Music and $12,000 to Ally Bank. In the documents, she lists $2,284 in credit card debt, $2,284 owed to the Georgia Department of Revenue, and an unknown amount to the IRS. Ow. Her assets include a 99 Mercedes, a 2014 BMW, a 2016 Jeep Wrangler. Brett also lists furniture and household goods worth $8,000, electronics. Okay. Her monthly income as an entertainer radio personality is $9,319, but her expenses total $10,000, leaving her in a hole every month. Okay, well, you need to sell some stuff then, girl. Damn, I wish I made $9,000 a month. I mean, she's still making a decent living. It says here that, let me see, yeah. When this article was published, she had already made $75,000 in 2019. She made $106,000 in 2017 and $92,000 in 2016. So she's not big ballin', but she's still making a good living. Come on, chick, you gotta, yeah, that, I think that whole thing where she smacked that girl with the bottle, that really screwed her over. Because just like that, $6.4 million. Wow. That's rough, man. That's what I meant by I think she got herself in trouble. Yeah, that's where it is. She got into a fight, and that sucks for her, man. Well, not really. I mean, she did it to herself. So 20 richest female rappers. Oh, here we go. The 20 richest female rappers in the world. Let me see who they list here. I'm just going to go through the list real quick. Roxanne Shante, worth $500,000. Angel Hayes, worth $500,000. Foxy Brown. Oh, yeah, I remember Foxy Brown. $1.8 million. Young M.A., $2 million. Azalea Banks, $3 million. The Brat, $3 million. Remy Ma, $4 million. Iggy Azalea, $6 million. Trina, $6 million. Cardi B, oh God. MC Light, $8 million. Eve at $10 million. DJ Spinderella, I remember her, $10 million. MIA, $14 million. Cheryl James, $14 million. Sandra Denton, $15 million. Lil Kim, $18 million. Missy Elliott, hell yeah, $50 million and worth every penny. Queen Latifah, $60 million, but she's done a lot more than just rapping. And Nicki Minaj, $75 million. I don't like Nicki, but I gotta give it up for her. She's parlayed her fame into a ton of cash. Yeah. Never been a fan of her music, but as far as business goes, I mean, hey, you don't get to 75 million without busting your ass. And in her case, it may have been actually very true. Yeah. I keep wanting to say poor brat, but again, she did it to herself. She thought she was a badass one night and went to the club, did something stupid. It's her own fault. That girl, though, that sued her, probably never going to see a penny of that money. I think Brat did the right thing filing. Well, I think Chapter 11... Let me see. I think Chapter 11 is reorganization. So they're probably not going to write off that $6.4 million. I think what she'll probably do, or what she should do, is probably lawyer up again and get the lawyer to go to that woman that sued her and say, hey, look, we just can't do 6.4 million. Will you take 500,000? And try to get them to agree to a lower settlement and then just pay it and be done with it. Because I seriously doubt she's ever going to get that 6.4 million. That's probably her best bet.
That's it.
And I think the girl who sued her will probably take it too. Because she realizes probably as well that she is never going to see that $6.4 million. So she's probably, at that point, she may just think, let me just take the $500,000, cut my losses, and be happy with what I got. Ooh, what is... Oh, there's a door down there. Her sister, Lisa Ray. I don't know who Lisa Ray is. Is that her actual sister? Ooh, I'm getting lots of rads down here. Come on, swim up, damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. These are some angry crabs. Just keep moving. Oh, Jesus. No, now we got dogs. Okay, dogs, go get the mire. Okay, good. They're going to the mirelurks. No, dogs, get away, dogs! This is getting really bad. Oh, okay, good. We're fine. Oh, Jesus! Don't pay attention to me. Pay attention to the mirelurks. Jesus Christ! That got a little weird there. She's an actor. She played in Players Club. Yeah, can't say I've heard of her though. Get off me, damn it! Google for pet? Why? I guess she's a good-looking person? I don't know. Lisa Ray is her name? Hold on. Lisa Ray McCoy? Is that who you're talking about? American actress, model, businesswoman, and fashion designer. Oh, she's in her 50s. She's been in a lot of shows and movies. The Players Club, The Wood, All of Us, Single Ladies. She's been in a lot of stuff. Okay, yeah, that is her sister. Well, let's check her net worth. Worth $10 million. I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, it just... I mean... I wouldn't give Brat money either. I really wouldn't. Because again, I get that she's kind of drowning in debt there, but that's all of her own doing. And the problem is, when somebody does stuff like that, especially Brat, because again, like I said, she didn't need to hit that woman with a bottle. You just don't, you know, normal people don't do that crap. You just don't. So I think if you bail her out and give her the money, then you're basically just teaching her, oh, well, I can just go to my sister next time I do something stupid. And I think that's sending the wrong message. Ow! So yeah, I wouldn't give her money. I mean, it's not like she's helpless here. I mean, she works. She makes money. Not a ton of money, but she makes money. Would you give your brother $60 million? Depends, man. Did he get himself in a hole by doing something stupid? If so, then no. But you also have to think, if my net worth was $10 million, and my sister suddenly comes and wants more than half of my money, then I would say no. I'd be like, no. Because, again, I'm sure Lisa Ray worked her ass off for that money. And now, now your sibling just wants you to just fork over more than half of your assets to them? No, that's not happening. Oh my god, another dog? Yeah, I wouldn't do it either, man. I'm not forking over half of my assets. Now, given how things are right now with my brother, I mean, he's got his own business. He's doing really well. If maybe he wanted investment in his business, like say if he approached me and said he wanted like $100,000 to, I don't know, buy his own kitchen. Because right now he just rents kitchen space. But he still does really well. But if he wanted $100,000 to buy his own kitchen and outfit it, if I had the money, I'd probably say yes. But again, that's because he's got a business, and I know that he's making good money. So my investment will see a return. If you're worth $100 million and your brother needs $6 million, for what? What does he need the $6 million for? Again, like I said, if he just did something stupid and got himself in trouble, then no. I'm not going to give it to him. Because again, it teaches him nothing. Well, I guess it's just the way that we grew up. Because my siblings and I, we grew up poor, man. I'm not saying nobody else grew up poor, because obviously a lot of people have, but we grew up really poor. So we did not have money for almost anything. I'm not mean. I'm just somebody who's like, okay, you made your own bed, now you got to sleep in it. That's not being mean. It's not being mean at all. Because again, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as, well, I'm not the one who smashed that woman in the face with a bottle. Why the hell am I going to pay for that? And it's true. It makes no sense for me to put out money for that sort of thing. If my brother does something stupid, gets into a fight, gets sued, I'm not going to bail him out. No. F no. Because you do it once, they may just go and do it again. Because they know that you're there. You're the crutch now. And that's the thing, is that whenever somebody does something like that and you bail them out, you hope that that will never happen again. Okay? You do that. You hope it won't happen again. But sometimes it does. And guess what happens if it happens again? They're going to come right back to you and say, oh, well, I need $5 million now. And they're going to think that you're going to give it to them. And then when you suddenly don't give it to them, suddenly you're the bad guy, right? No, screw that. No. Too many people have worked way too hard for their money. Just have someone come along and say, oh, I need $5 million because I did something really dumb. I can't think of too many people in this world that would just set $5 million on fire. And when you give it to somebody like that, that's essentially what you're doing. You're just basically setting it on fire. You're washing it down the toilet. There you go. See? You bail him out of jail, he ends up right back in the next day. What's the point? You just basically threw that money away. Again, you might as well have just set that money on fire. That's why I don't do that kind of stuff. Again, one time, it's probably understandable. Okay? Because sometimes stupid things happen, and it's just the way it is. But if it's somebody, like, if it's like a family member that's been in trouble in the past, and they've been in jail 3 or 4 times, at some point you just gotta say, you know what? Just sit in jail for a while. Maybe you need that hard lesson. Maybe once you sit in jail for a month and you realize how much you value your freedom, you'll stop being a moron. Over here saying that this is going to be a nice quiet Sunday building stream and I'm not building anything. Oh my god, the gunners are attacking one of my... Damn, I still don't have any bullets for this, do I? God dang it. I love this gun, but it's so hard to find ammo for it. There was a dude we knew in high school who,
I'm searching for the target.
this is when I lived with my friend George years and years and years ago. This is when I was about 19, 20 years old. And he ended up on the street because he got into drugs. And he would come around for a while, and sometimes people would give him money. He'd be like, "Yeah, man, I just want to get some food, you know." And so people would give him like $20. And of course, he never went to go get food. He would just go get some more dope. Well, eventually, people got, you know, they understood what was happening, and so he'd be like, "Yeah, I just want to get some food." He'd be like, "All right, man, let's go to McDonald's. Let's go." And then, of course, he'd be like, "Oh, no, it's cool. I'll just go myself." And they're like, "No, let's go to McDonald's right now." And of course, he would argue, be like, "No, just give me the money." And of course, when they do that, it's like, okay, now we know exactly what's happening. Yeah. I think a lot of, and the weird thing is a lot of people aren't really reporting on that now. Because once all that footage, like there's a lot of footage, you know, inside the stores and people recording. A lot of people got their face on those videos. And so I'm thinking that, you know, now that things are starting to calm down, I'm fairly certain those videos are being reviewed and people are going to start getting arrested. Because you can't just do all that and just think, "Oh, well, it's fine. They're never going to come looking." Oh, they will. Oh my god, this poor guy blows himself up every single time. But yeah, a lot of those people think they got away with it. You didn't get away with it. Like the people who broke into the iPhone store, that was hilarious. They went and they stole a bunch of tablets and phones. And what's Apple do? I mean, they did the smart thing. They shut every single one of them down. They locked them up so you can't even use them. You can't even sell them because they're locked. And whenever you try to unlock them, it basically just says, "We know this is stolen. Please return it." So essentially, they stole all those phones, but they're useless. The phones are worthless. Because you can't do anything. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could keep it just for the hell of it. But even then, whenever you turn it on, it basically lets them know where you are. Because when something like that is reported stolen, the GPS on it automatically activates, and they can still ping you. So yeah, the phones are useless. You can't do anything with it because they will always be able to track it. So I hope that was worth it, guys. Now, clothing, on the other hand, that's obviously worth something because you can at least wear the clothes. Although some people, in fact, there was this one dude who, I forget what store he stole from, but he stole a ton of clothing and a ton of shoes. He had a whole bunch of Nike shoes and a bunch of t-shirts and stuff. And the moron, like all morons do, he posted a picture of him with all the loot on Facebook. And sure enough, the cops came knocking on his door and he got arrested because the idiot posted. I mean, come on, man. How stupid are some of these people? It's like, dude, you're going to steal something. Shut the F up about it. Just don't talk about it. I guess that's the difference between when I was really, really young and the newer generation, is that they have this idea that anytime they do something of note, whether it be positive or negative, that they just have to let people know about it. Heck, man, I did some stupid things when I was a kid, but you'll never know about it. One, because there were no phones, so we couldn't record ourselves. And two, generally whenever we do dumb stuff, we never talked about it. We just didn't. Either that or we wait until the statute of limitations ran out. That's right, you wait till the statute of limitations runs out. Not statute of limitations runs out. Oh my god, what's with the bear? Go to the mall and shop for clothes and shit. I don't generally like going to the mall. I have been to the mall a few times, but everything there is pretty much overpriced. That bear went flying. Come on, kill it, guys! It's just a bear. The last time I went to the mall shopping was in December, actually, because I went over there to the GameStop, because there was a GameStop in the mall. Well, there actually is. It's still there, but it may not be there much longer. But I went there specifically because they were having that sale. That's when I bought the Nintendo Switch, because it was on sale. And that's why I bought from them and not from someone else. But for the most part, I don't like to go to the mall. There's too many people, and everything is overpriced.
Checkpoint secure, ma'am.
So I shop at cheap stores. As far as clothing goes, I've actually been going to Target for clothes. Because at least the clothes are somewhat decent quality and they're not ridiculously expensive. Because, I mean, I only wear, like, shorts and t-shirts, that kind of stuff. I'm not, you know, I don't dress all super fancy or anything anymore. Not like I used to. I used to have business suits and everything, but I don't wear that anymore. There's no point for me to wear that. Yeah, so I wear mostly shorts and t-shirts, that kind of thing. Sneakers. I did... Oh, Kyle. I did buy some shoes from Academy. Oh my god. Oh, he jumped over the thing. Kyle, stop it. Yeah, I did buy some shoes from Academy. And I only bought them because they were on sale. I got a pair of blue Skechers. And they were on sale. They were like $30, but then when they checked me out, they were only like $19. So I was like, yes! We gotta win! It's always nice when you think you're paying a certain amount and then you get to the checkout and they're like, no, it's even cheaper. And you're like, oh, that works. Kyle, cut it out. Stop it. Doggy, stop it. Let's see, what else did I buy? Oh, I've also bought sandals from Academy. If there is one place that I would like to go to, if I go out shopping, it's either Target or Academy. I don't like going to Walmart for very obvious reasons. Walmart's just... Yeah, there are so many... It's like basically if you took all the terrible people from the ghetto and all the white trash and threw them in a big pot, you'd get Walmart. I'm not saying every Walmart's like that, but most of them here are. So I don't like going to Walmart. I don't go to Macy's. I don't like them. I think their stuff is overpriced. I can find the exact same item that they sell at Macy's for like 50% less online. So it makes no sense to buy it there. I understand they've got overhead, that sort of stuff. You got to keep the store going, but at the same time I have to feel there's value there. And I just don't think there's any value. I can't really think of any store besides those two that I mentioned that I go to, or that I would want to go to for any sort of shopping. Because even as it is now, I mean, ooh, razor grain. Even as it is now, the only time I even get clothes and stuff like that is if I need another t-shirt, or I need another pair of shorts, or I need some shoes. And all of that is available at places like Target and Academy. So why not go there? I mean, heck, if you need underwear, you can get underwear from... why is he talking? Is he dead? Get up, dude! He says, I'm just taking a nap. Okay. But yeah, you can get things like underwear and t-shirts and socks and stuff at Target. Just buy there. And yes, I know Target is a little more expensive than Walmart, but again, it's a different clientele. And I get that most people who shop at Walmart, they just want the cheapest stuff, and that's fine. But again, I've just seen it too many times where I've gone to Walmart and somebody's there losing their freaking mind. Just going insane. And I'm like, you know, I don't want to be around that. I just want to go in, you know, pick up what I need to pick up and go home. That's it. I don't want to see somebody having a tantrum. I don't want to see, you know, somebody in there freaking out. I don't want to see somebody in the bathroom crapping on the ceiling. I don't want to... I don't want to see any of that. And yes, I have seen stuff like that happen. It's terrible. Is this on PC? Yes, this is on PC. Dude! Yeah, look at it. Dude, come on, move. Why are you stuck in the roof? But yes, this is on PC. Oh, more razor grain. I completely forgot they had razor grain here. So now I've got a whole bunch of it. And now I can go plant this at one of my settlements instead of just buying it. And Amanda, yes, we are really giving away a copy of Fallout 4. Like, for real. It will be on PC. So if you play on PS4 or Xbox, I'm sorry. It's only on PC. Oh god, more dogs. Oh my god, that's a lot of dogs. Ooh, what is happening over here? Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Yeah, PS4? Nah. Sorry, only for PC. But obviously you're welcome to hang out with us and watch. Okay, we're gonna give these dogs a missile. Thank you, I appreciate that. I was able to get a hold of a copy of that game pretty cheap. So it wasn't overly expensive, plus I know it's a game that a lot of people will enjoy. I mean, heck, I've had this game since the day it came out, and I still play. So, I mean, at least to me that says something. I still find ways to find this game entertaining. Even if it's just building stuff, or if it's doing stupid stuff like what I just did, blowing up dogs with a rocket launcher. These dogs really took out these raiders, huh? Oh, hey, what? Oh, oh God! Run! All right, to the rifle. Oh, I like it better when I get a huge group of raiders, but they all have to be like in one little spot, and then I'll throw a nuke at them. That's just beautiful. They're over there fighting somebody. Yeah, they're not shooting at me now. So they're fighting... I wonder if there's more dogs over there. I don't see any other dogs. Oh, I bet they're robots. Yeah, I'm actually a pretty decent shot in this game. But I get lazy sometimes and I just go to VATS. I'm like, oh, screw it, I'm just using VATS. And I use VATS for the nukes, so that I can critical strike. Oh wait, where's my railway rifle? My railway rifle! Oh, who's shooting at me? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Spike to the head. Okay, now they're all making their way to me. There's another one. They're not situating themselves in front of that building. I want to try to do that so I can get their heads to stick to the wall. It's the only reason I even use this gun. It's to do goofy stuff. And it goes woo woo.
Where'd that little bitch go?
Oh. Mysterious stranger.
Disappearing.
thought I missed him for a minute. I'll switch to the Gauss rifle. Oh wait, they're gathering up. Where's my fat man? I've got 3 of them in here. Alright, stay still, guys. This may be a little close. I might kill myself. Oh crap, there's somebody right next to me. Oh no, I'm in the water now. I've done that before, where I've stayed a little too close and I ended up killing myself with a nuke. Right. Oh, oh wow! Did you see that teleportation? Okay, 3 of them left, huh? There's a couple of legendaries down there. Dead legendaries. Oh, I know what we can use. Hold on. Since we're doing fun stuff, we're using the World Series bat. Let me get down there. It doesn't always send them flying, but when it does, it's hilarious. Alright, so what we got here? Just a bunch of caps and stuff. Mutant Slayer's walking cane.
Nice.
Oh, I got 2 things there. I didn't even see that. Oh, because the other legendary is right here, huh? Of course, it wouldn't be me unless I were overweight. Use my action points.
Is someone you must be terminated.
Who do they keep sensing? Nuke him. You missed it! I just nuked him! I just nuked a pretty good group of them. I think I only killed like 4 of them, but still a decent nuke.
Stealth capabilities. Fascinating.
Who are they tracking?
I am no longer detecting an enemy presence.
Okay, so I'm allied with the Institute, so they're not looking for me, obviously. They would have already started attacking me, but they keep saying they're looking for somebody.
I am equipped with the most advanced Institute sensors available. I will find you.
See? I keep searching for somebody. I don't see anybody, though.
Must be terminated.
Oh, yeah, the bank. Isn't there a door over here? I don't think I've been in the bank this run. Yeah, there's a door right here. And I remember there's several safes in the bank that I can open.
I'm in.
University Credit Union. Oh, and I also, in one of my vaults, in Vault 88, I also put a bunch of Carnival games in there. I'm not even on a bunch, but I put a few Carnival games in there, so the settlers are really enjoying those. I'm just taking everything I can get here. Okay. Where is it? There it is. There's the vault. Okay, let's see if we can crack into the vault here. Oh, well, something died. I just suddenly got experience for no reason. something in there. I guess we're gonna find out what it is. Oh, really? Only a novice? It's kind of amazing. I thought this would at least been like an expert.
I'm through.
Oh, that's right. Okay, now I remember what's going on here. Okay, advanced, master. Okay, I'm gonna have to crack all of these. Get some money down here. Somebody's been in here. There's caps in there. Nope. So 2 master locks and an advanced. Let's start with the easy one. Well, sometimes what'll happen is, without even knowing it, I'll aggro something, and then it runs into another enemy that would normally come after me, and they just kill each other. And then it just gives me the experience. It happens. Alright, this is probably going to be a pain in the ass. Damn it. Oh, wait. Almost there. Okay, that one wasn't too bad.
Yes.
Oh, there's the button. I was looking for that. Okay, we'll come back to that. It was right here. Okay. Got plenty of bobby pins, so we're good. Oh.
That's it.
All right, let's crack this button. And I'm trying to remember exactly what's back here. I think it's more safes. Ooh. Oh, this is a special gun. Okay, it took me a minute before I remembered what it was. Okay, so we're gonna grab everything we can from here. Gonna grab the pot or not? Can't grab the pot. Oh, I think I remember this story. I think a guy got locked in here or something. Alright, so there's a gun. Prototype UP-77 Limitless Potential.
Hell yeah.
Unlimited ammo capacity. Well, that's nice. It's not bad. I actually have not even used an energy weapon, I think, through this entire run. It's been all ballistic. Research logs. Proof scattering patterns. What is going on? Continuing research. Time to leave. I don't know what's going on out there. Curtis and I were in early on Saturday, so we could try to get through the day's experiments in time to go catch a movie when we heard sirens. Some sort of EMP knocked out the power for a few minutes. Sergeant Rivera told us to stay in the lab and not to leave till he gave us the all clear. But it's been 3 days, and we could hear explosions going off. Ow. Professor Campbell was supposed to be in around noon, but never showed up, and our friends and parents are out there. Curtis says everything will be okay. Yeah, but I can see in his eyes that he's just trying to keep it together. Okay. Why would you tag me in a Trump ad? Are you trying to curse me? I can't stand that dude anymore. See anything else in here? Just the bucket. Well, there's still power, obviously. There's lights and everything are on. Let's see, is there anything in here that I'm missing? I think this is it. Just the gun, really. Nothing in the workbench. What about the chem bench? Nothing there either. Yeah, I think this was it, just the gun. Okay, well at least we have the gun. Alright, let's bail. I've kind of figured out, and I know people don't like it when I get political, but I think I kind of figured out how he came to be. Let me see if I can explain this as easily as I can, because in my mind this whole thing is a jumbled mess, so I'll try to explain it. Think of, okay, as we go out into the world, we face certain obstacles and we learn whenever we make mistakes, right? Like the first time you burned your hand on a hot, plate or something, you learn that you got to be careful, right? You're like, oh, okay, I got to be careful next time. Or if you fell off your bike, oh, well, I've got to steer differently. Or, you get into your car and the car stalls. Oh, well, I got to make sure I put the clutch in a certain amount. And this, you learn, right? And that's how we all are. As you go through the world, you make mistakes, and that's okay, but you learn from it, and so you don't repeat the mistake. Well, just imagine that if for a day, just a day, that you went through that entire day and you made the normal amount of mistakes, as everybody does, and nobody corrected you. And you had no will within yourself to correct yourself. Like, if, say, for instance, and it could be just kind of, very small things. Like, say, for instance, if you misspeak, if you say a word incorrectly, like instead of saying dog, you said dog, or, some weird, kind of things that most people don't even think twice about, because we misspeak and we correct ourselves. But just imagine if for a day you did stuff like that and you didn't correct yourself and nobody was there to help correct you. Now, do that for a day, and you think, okay, that's kind of ridiculous. But then, keep thinking, keep going with me here. Imagine doing that for a week. Again, you go through, you're not learning anything. You're just kind of going through the motions, and you're screwing up, you're messing things up, you're injuring yourself in some cases. But nobody corrects you, and you see no reason to correct yourself. And again, think of that. Instead of a week, you do it for a month. And now you do it for a year. And at that point, it's like, okay, this is insanity, right? Imagine if you did that. Again, you would go through, you would make mistakes, nobody would correct you. You would not even want to correct yourself. Imagine doing that your entire life. That is how you get Donald Trump. I sincerely think that's the way it is, because just think of the way that he is as a person. Whenever he makes a mistake, even again, something as simple as mispronouncing a word or remembering something incorrectly, giving the wrong date. Again, most people would say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Here's the correct information, or here's the correct way to say this. Again, this is common knowledge to all of us. To just correct yourself and then move on with your day. And most people would not question you because, again, we all make that mistake. But when you get somebody who never wants to correct themselves, never feels like they even have to, you end up with a Donald Trump. Because, again, nobody corrects him. He's never had to correct himself because he's never really had to worry about anything negative coming to him. He's declared bankruptcy how many times? And every single time people still give him money. So why would he care? Why would he want to change that? It doesn't matter to him. That's why he does a lot of the things that he does. That's why he will misspeak and he will say stupid things. And instead of just correcting himself like a normal human being would, he's just like, nah, screw it. I'm just going with it. I sincerely think that's how you end up with people like him, is that they have never been, they've never for one reason or another felt that they ever had to correct themselves. And so you end up with somebody like him who thinks they are never wrong because nobody has ever just come right out and said it to his face. You're a moron. You were wrong. And it really is something very simple, like, a few days ago, Joe Biden was talking about the human malware thing, and when they were asking him questions about that, he was like, "Oh yes, 120 million people have died in the United States, et cetera, et cetera." Ah, and immediately right away you could tell, okay, that number's not right. It's not 120 million people. It was 120,000. Still a lot of people, but it's not 120 million. And so what does someone like Joe Biden do? Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It was 120,000. He immediately corrects himself. Okay? And again, that's fine. It happens. Sometime we misspeak. At least he corrected himself. But you have to think, if someone like Donald Trump said that, he would somehow, some way try to make that true. And I think that's what he's done. That's all he does. Is that he just kind of makes things up and just goes with it, and if you don't go with him, well, you're wrong. But anyway, that's my little take on the kind of person that he is. Oops. Come here. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, yeet. But I digress. You know, like I said, I don't want to make this all super political or anything. It's a Sunday morning, man. We're just supposed to be chilling out. Let's see, 18 defense, 7 food, 3 water. I think we're good here. And they've got a big giant robot to help them out. I'm not streaming Uno. Nobody plays anymore. Obama back. Yeah, we're not gonna get Obama. I'm not even happy with Biden, but he's the lesser of two evils, man. We cannot do Trump again. We just can't. We can't do it. I think if we somehow, some way are stupid enough to elect him again, we deserve every ounce of pain we are going to get from it. No, we're not. There's no way. I mean, because again, there's I think I mentioned it the other day. There's this group called the Lincoln Project. There's 2 groups, in fact. One of them is called the Lincoln Project, and the other one is for Republicans against the re-election of Donald Trump. And both of them have picked up a lot of steam. Because there's a certain way, and somebody pointed this out, and I'm like, this is absolutely true. There's a certain way that Republicans have, and they've done this for decades now. They have a very particular way in which they attack their political opponents. What they'll do is they really get into fear-mongering, and they really make these commercials that are kind of over the top, a little, you know, bordering on ridiculous, but they are nonetheless effective. And that's what the Lincoln Project is doing to Trump now. Because the Democrats, yeah, they've made attack ads, but not in the same way that Republicans have. But the Lincoln Project, who are made up of Republicans, they are making those attack ads versus Donald Trump, and they are putting them on television in Washington, D.C., on Fox, where they know he will see it. And it is massively pissing him off. Which is good. You want him to do that. You want to piss him off. You can tell it's getting under his skin. So yeah, I sincerely don't think that he has a chance of winning. That being said, every one of my fellow Americans, you all need to vote. I'm registered. I've already applied and been approved for mail-in balloting. So like 2 weeks before the election, I'm going to have my ballot here at home. And I'm going to be all ready to go. I'm going to fill it out, send that sucker off. Because I'm still imagining that even in November, we're still going to have the problem that we're facing right now with the human malware thing. So I'm planning ahead. So even if I want to go out and vote, that's fine. I can do that. But if I can't go out, then I'm still doing mail-in balloting. I'm not voting for Trump. That's going to be America if we vote for Trump again. That's going to be it. Oh, that's right. I forgot I have the blue one now, too. Where is it? The Nuka... What is it called? The Nuka launcher. Oh, I've only got one shot with it. I have to go make some more of the ammo. Was that all of them? I think I got them all. Okay, yeah, I don't see any others. Huh. Yeah, I'm not voting. I don't want to vote for Biden either, but like I said, it's the lesser of two evils. That was kind of how... It sucks, though, because it was kind of how it was back in 2016. It's like, well, you know, why were you going to vote for Hillary? Well, because I don't want a moron in office. Yeah, she may be a bit slimy, you know, but at least I seriously doubt she would let things go to complete hell. Mail-in is the way. Well, that's the thing, is that you say mail-in is the way to go because they can change a digital vote. Technically, they can change a mail-in vote, too. Or they can just say, oh, well, we never got it. It must have gotten lost in the mail. Which we kind of have to worry about. I hope that doesn't happen, but you never know. In fact, some states still do paper balloting. We're not one of them, unfortunately. Texas is not one of them. I wish we did, because then, you know, paper trails are a little harder to change. A little harder to cover that up. Kanye West. No. No, not Kanye. We are not voting for Kanye. If you vote for Kanye, I swear to God, I'm just going to go to your house and slap you. Because you've just thrown away your vote.
Got it.
Iowa does? Yeah. I was hoping we would still do paper balloting here in Texas, but no. We're a very Republican state. But interestingly enough, we may swing Democrat this time around. There's a very real chance. I know these are just polls and the polls can change a lot, but last poll, the last couple of polls in fact, Biden has actually been ahead of Trump here. I think it was like, he was ahead of Trump like 44 to 40, something like that. 3% margin of error, you know, how the polls usually do it. But he was ahead, so at the very least, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be competitive, which is good.
What?
Because at least, you know, it gives Democrats here in Texas more reason to vote. Because for a long time, we've been such a red state for so long that a lot of people have had this idea. It was like, well, what's the point of voting? We're a red state, you know, we don't have a chance. But now we do actually have a chance of actually turning blue, which would be incredible.
Who?
Uh-oh. Gunners. I'm gonna try to get the super mutants to fight the gunners here. Let me see. Okay, good.
Who's there?
I'm gonna try. Actually, well, if I nuke them, they may actually survive because they don't take radiation damage, or not very much.
Here, human. I got a treat for
Okay, I'm purposely missing just so I can get them to come a little further over here. Watching me play makes you want to play. Should play. Same thing. I don't want to kill them. I just want to get them to start mixing it up. Oh, here we go. Now they're moving. Nice. Come on, guys. You morons, where are you going? Come back over here. Come back to the gunners.
little sneak.
You're going back to your planet. Oh, come on, guys. Y'all are so close. Okay, I'm just going to have to... Yeah. There we go. Okay. And I can't run. I can't sprint. Into hell we go. That's right, I'm running right into Quincy. Oh, there we go, good. They're starting to fight now. You're in a camper? What are you doing in a camper? You camping? Are you actually camping? Speaking of camping, I want a cabin. I would love to have a cabin. It doesn't even have to be huge. As long as it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, sorta. Maybe at least a couple of miles away from most people. And has good internet. I would be totally happy with the cabin. Okay, good. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. Get them all to start fighting each other. Ah, okay. I could just nuke all these. Hold on, let's get the blue nuke. The nuke launcher. I've only got one shot, so I gotta make this count. Let's see, where do I want to plant this? I kind of want to put it right there, but that tree's in the way. I'm afraid I'll hit the tree. Oh, wait, I think this is it. Blue Nuka! But yeah, like the super mutants actually survived. And a big bear chased you all. Yeah, that was my last shot with the nuke launcher. That's the one you get from Nuka World. I can make more ammo, but that takes time. This is still a huge battle going on here. None of them are grouped up right now, though. I love how chaotic this is. It's insane. Oh. Okay, I gotta hide out for a minute. I don't want them to see where I am. There's so much loot down there, I just want to go grab it all. Do I have any mines? I've got cryos. Do I have any frag mines? I have 5 frag mines. Marshmallows on the fire. Oh, how did that not go off? He was right there. Ah. Horrifyingly fun. Anytime you go camping, you always take a gun with you. You hope not to use it, obviously. But just in case, you gotta have a gun. Here in Texas, the only reason you would generally take a gun is for snakes. There's a lot of rattlers around here. And yeah, those little bastards don't give a damn. They will bite the crap out of you. So you gotta kill them. Ah, you bastard! The body goes falling. I didn't even hear him come up to me. Yeah, I gotta hide out and attract more attention now. So yeah, here in Texas, you mostly gotta worry about snakes. The occasional mountain lion, but generally mountain lions don't bother people. Generally. And even then, if it's something like a mountain lion, you can usually just kind of shoot somewhere next to them and they'll run off. Like, because, I mean, you generally don't want to kill a mountain lion because they do serve a purpose. Especially here, because we have a ton of deer.
Yes.
So, you don't want to kill a mountain lion unless you absolutely have to. Your brother lost, so he had to run out in the woods naked. Okay. Don't do that. It's dangerous, man. Okay, I'm gonna try to... Okay, yeah, the gunners are still... Oh, he's right here, so I'm gonna take him out. Oh, God! That was beautiful. I stunned him and then and I got the kill shot. That's funny. Tarantulas. You don't have to shoot a tarantula. You can usually just step on a tarantula. But yeah, the stuff you generally shoot out there, if you had to, would be mountain lions. We do have bears, but we don't generally have too many problems with bears. But yeah, the biggest predator that would come after you is probably going to be like a mountain lion. Maybe coyotes, but coyotes tend not to mess with humans. They tend to just leave us alone. There are wild boar, and the wild boar actually can hurt. They can gore you, and that's not fun. But the good thing is that generally they can hear you, and the boar generally won't just come stampeding towards you unless they're already running. So yeah, as long as they're not already running in your direction, you're usually fine, because you can usually just spook them off. Man, so much loot. Oh, what do you got? Hunter's machete. You're terrified of spiders? Spiders are okay. Spiders serve a purpose here. Especially here in Texas, because we got mosquitoes, man. We got like quarter and $half size mosquitoes here. And spider bros, they take care of those for us. So yeah, we tend to leave those around if we can. Unless they're a real nuisance or they're in a spot that you gotta clean them out. Like a few years ago, there was a black widow that took up residence in my mailbox. Right there in my mailbox, so obviously I can't have them in there. So we had to clear it out. Yeah, and the thing is that I had actually reached my hand in there, not realizing it was in there. I reached my hand in, I pulled out some mail, and then just to make sure that there was no other mail, because my mailbox, the way it's set, is it's a little low, because it's like in a group of mailboxes. I live in an apartment. And so my mailbox is toward the bottom, and so to make sure I get all the mail, sometimes I have to kind of duck my head down and look in there. And sure enough, I duck my head down in there, and there's a freaking black widow just staring back at me like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh boy, okay, yeah, you can't be in there, buddy. You gotta go. So yeah, I just kind of scooped it out. I got an envelope from one of my mail, and I just kind of scooped it out, and it just took off after that. I guess it got the hint. It never went back, because that was my sort of fear, is that it would just be like, well, I'm going back. No, I never went back. You die. Yeah, last thing I need right now is a freaking spider bite. I mean, like, tiny little spiders, fine, but a serious spider bite, oh, forget it. End up in the hospital for several days. Yeah, I really need to go and dump off some of my stuff now. I was doing good. I got myself down to like 900 weight. And then they all went out the door. Oh, I've not always been fortunate when it comes to spiders, though. When I was 16, I got bit on the face by a spider. Right on the side of my nose. Thankfully, it wasn't, you know, like a deadly spider, but still, it's a spider bite. And those things take time to heal, so yeah. It just looked like I had a really bad zit for a long time. And it sucked. Imagine being 16, having to go to school and everything. It looks like what may be a giant zit, and I had to tell people, oh no, it's a spider bite.
Sweet.
So yeah, that sucked for a little while. So for like a good month it was there. And then finally one day it just sort of faded away, and I was like, oh nice! Thank you for going away! Thank you for not scarring me for life. But yeah, I got it in the worst possible place. Okay, there should be more gunners around here. I doubt the super mutants took them all out. Brahmin skull. I don't hear any more shooting though, so I guess they killed each other. What's this? Security baton. Gunner captain. Gunner brigadier. Wow, these are high-ranking gunners. Gunner captain again. What's in here? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. That's a sub from Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. Another gun. That's another gun that I've not been able to get a legendary of. Is the that fancy sort of automatic gun. I usually like to try to get like one of each gun, like a legendary, a usable legendary of each gun. I've not been able to do that though, not with that one. I saw those down there and I was like, whoa, there's a trap here, and it's right over here. I don't even remember why I was coming over here now. I'll do that sometimes. I'll get talking to people here in the stream and I'll just be going around shooting things. And then I'm like, what was I doing here anyway? Oh yeah, I was gonna head to... Oh, I think I know where I was going. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, no, too far south. There we go. Let's go to Spectacle Island. Ooh. 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 It is still surprisingly quiet this morning. I think everybody is still recovering from last night. Not me, but everybody else who was partying it up and drinking. Yeah, there was this one dude who was annoying the living crap out of me last night. Because I was here at my computer like I usually am. And who's this?
All systems are go, ma'am.
Stinky Bob. Let's see, where's my... Oh, I put it over here. I gotta give Stinky Bob a new thruster. But anyways, there were some people out last night at the pool because it's 4th of July, you know how it is. Oh, whoa, what's with the... Oh my, what's with the bear? Oh! Dude, why are y'all taking out my... Just a bunch of random bears just showed up. Oh crap, he's gonna pop me. I think they're both gonna pop me. Ow! I took out 2 of my defense guns too. I'm gonna run through these guns. I got my guard going now. That's weird. Bears just showed up and started destroying my defenses. It was only the cheap defenses, so that's fine, but still, it's kind of odd that they just showed up. Like, hey, a bunch of bears. I think there's more of them too, because there's usually more than just 2 or 3 bears. Because there's a third one over there, and he also destroyed that. So gotta go fix that. Yeah, this island is big, so I feel like there's probably at least one more bear around. Guess I'll have to fix this. Oh, they're upgraded to MK7. That's nice. That initially said MK1, I think. Okay, so that's fixed. What about this one? That one's working. Okay. Anything good? Nope. Just meat. There's gotta be another bear around here. Oh, bluff grass. I'm almost positive there's another bear. Because I know as soon as I'm like, okay, no bear, go, let's build something, and then the freaking bear just shows up. I cleared out that barge. There used to be a barge over here. Cleared all that out. Oh, it was right over here. Yeah. Because as you can see, there are certain spots that I still couldn't get. Oh, here we go. I can clear some of this now. Okay, the reason I was coming over here was to plant razor grain. I think I already had some. Just want to put it in the same spot. Oh, no, don't scrap that, I forgot. But, okay. Yeah. Can't scrap those. Okay, guys, where did I plant the razor grain? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Seems to be growing well.
Harvest all this. This is the one crop that I just don't grow a lot of. Is razor grain. It just takes up a little too much space. But it's good to have. Let's put the smaller ones here. I wish you could put them like right next to each other, but you can't. So it looks a little goofy. I think I made this too small. I've done that already twice here, where I've made the buildings and I've made them a little too small. That's why I have 2 of them. I think the other one has only beds, though. And this one I had to put more beds because I turned on the beacon and I forgot about it. So I had to put a bunch of beds in here. But at least we have a bar and a general store, and they got plenty of places to sit. I wonder if I can give them skee ball. I'm gonna see if I can make a little room here and give them skee ball. Okay. So Crafting cages. I think it's under decorations. Oh yeah, I have whack-a-mole. I can give him whack-a-mole. Or I'm sorry, the red menaced Whack-a-Kami. Let's see, hoop shot. Oh yeah, and a token dispenser. Let's give them, oh, this is a little, oh, that's a little bigger than I thought. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a little too big. Yeah, that's not going to work. Crap. That's a little longer than I thought it was. But, I could do this one. Then I have to give them a little mallet, too. Okay, I'm doing that. I also need to give them a token dispenser. Right there. And I think I have a mallet on me. What's it? The Kami Whacker? There it is. Yeah, because then you just equip the Kami Whacker and here. I'll get some tokens. And you do actually have to pay money. And let's... This one's actually kind of hard. I put some other here. I'll go to Vault 88 here in a minute. I put the basketball game there, and I also put the what's it called? Skee ball. Yeah. Well, that's all I got. How many tickets did I get? 18 tickets. I kind of want to leave this here. I can drop it. Oops, one thing. I can always get some more Kami Whackers. It's stupid. There we go. Hold on, let me see if I can I get it to sit up here? Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. So it stays there. Nice. So they've got a token dispenser and they've got the Whack-a-Kami. There you go, guys. I should actually give them a weight set too, and a pommel horse. They actually use that stuff. Here, let's go to Vault 88. That vault's actually looking pretty interesting now. Of course, I have 25 people there. That's what I've kind of been doing. That's what I was doing yesterday. Is I was just messing around with some of the new Nuka World stuff. And I put the games out there because the games are actually okay. They're kind of fun. They don't work quite right. Like, I think if they put a little more work into making them actually usable, I would play Skee Ball forever. I really would. But the way they have it set up right now, it's not so great.
You done with all your experiments?
So, yeah, oddly enough, we had gunners come in through over here, so I just stick a guard and a gun over there. Finally gave them some chairs and stuff. I also gave them a clinic. That's new. We got our drinking buddy.
Greetings, buddy. Would you like a cold one, or did you want to hear a joke?
Tell me a joke.
How about a pizza joke? Never mind. It's too cheesy. Here for a laugh.
That was so stupid. How about a pizza joke? Okay. Yeah, I started putting some extra stuff like I put the Nuka rocket here. It's just decoration. But here's the hoop shot. It is fully functional. Oh, but I still have tickets left. Okay. And some 8 tickets. I suck at this game so much. The hoop shot. There's a little token dispenser, and then there's Skee Ball. Okay, let's test and see if this works, because I actually put a ton of little balls here, and sometimes they come back and sometimes they don't. Okay, yeah, there's just 2. Come on. See, it's kind of the controls are kind of clumsy, and look, they don't always go into the hole, so it's a little weird sometimes. Oh crap, my ball went over here. Oops, hold on. I'm getting the ball. Damn it. God, I suck at this so much. But like I said, the controls are kind of clumsy. Really? Come on. You get stuck up here. Here, I'm just gonna throw you in here. There you go. Same thing with you. Just go in, damn it. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you toss them. Because if you put too much into it, it just, yeah, they go flying. Yeah, see, now they're kind of getting stuck here. So, I think I just lost another ball. Oh, wait. Oh, that was the end of the game. Okay, good. How many tickets did I get? 58 tickets! And the tickets you can turn in for prizes. Oh, I wish I could make the prize terminal. Oh, that would be so cool if I could make the prize terminal for it. I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure I can't. Oh, hold on, where's it? Decoration? Yeah, Nuka World. Kitty Kingdom, Bottling Plant Miscellaneous. Globe Statue. Oh, here we go. Put this goofy thing right here. I can actually make the robot if I want. I should make the robot. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I can make the robot. Let me check. Because I think I have all the parts for it. I might actually be missing some parts. And put the ball in. Well, that kind of goes against the idea of having fun, though. I've never liked people who did that. Like, I've seen kids do that in, like, arcades and stuff, and I'm like, what's the point, man? I guess for them, the point is to just get as many tickets as possible, whereas for me, I just want to have fun. Alright, let's see. Nope, not that. Ah, dang it, I thought I could make it. Because I know I can put the arms. Hold on, let me see. Head. Galactic Space Head, no. Robo Brain. Oh, dang it. Yeah, because I could put the arms. Nuka Mascot. See, I could put the Nuka Mascot arm. I wonder if that's something else I need to unlock. And we'll put the arms on him. And then I can put the goofy looking hand. Fucking, yeah, Nuka Mascot left hand. There we go. Legs. Well, I would need the body. Hold on. Oh, there's the Nuka Mascot legs. Okay. So we got the Nuka Mascot legs. Yeah, I think I do have to open up the body. Oh my god, look how big his hands got there. That's goofy looking. Okay, so we got legs. Let's see. Century milk processed. Legs. Yeah, I guess I'm missing the torso for it because I don't have it. I'm just gonna put that. What in the hell is this dude? I wanted to get the body. Oh my gosh, I guess I have to go farm it again or something. That's hilarious, though. I like the hands and the feet. Call him this my strong hand. Keep your pimp hand strong. Who's calling me? Hold on, let me see who's calling me. On a Sunday. Yes. It's my pharmacy. They're like, hey, you have refills. I'm like, thanks. But yeah, that's kind of goofy. I want it because yes, stay in default. Because from what I understood, I thought you could actually make this guy once you complete like certain parts of Nuka World. I'd love to have him just run around. Let me see what else I can build here. Some of the Nuka World stuff is really cool. Yeah, look at that. It's all huge. I hate that it's all destroyed, though. Oh, there we go. I can make a giant bottle of Nuka Cola. It's dumb. I can do the animals, snakes. What's this? Please keep hands out of the cage. Please do not feed the animals. Yeah, that's a little boring. Oh, Kitty Kingdom. Here we go. Can make giant lollipops. Orange gumdrop. Oh, okay. I was like, what is that? Oh, we can make little race cars. Oh, there we go. I can make a throne. Where should I put the throne? I should put it over here by my... There you go. I am your king. That's my throne. Okay. And Dry Rock Gulch. A hay bell. Huh. Hitching post. Feed. Oh, that's neat. I want to start using this instead of the bathtub for a feeding trough. That's cool. Okay, so we'll use that. What else we got? Galactic Zone. We got the Nuka Girl. I think this goes... Is this supposed to go on the wall? Oh, hold on. Yeah, I think this is supposed to go on the wall. It's not really working, though. Put her up there. What's this? Alien cutout. There you go. There's Dre stealing the Nuka-Cola. Oh, this goes on the floor. Okay, cool. So we can just put this right over here. There you go. Alien Dre with his Nuka-Cola. What else we got? Posters. There's the rocket. Oh, and then another rocket. I don't like the sideways rocket. Oh, and here are the games. So we got the Whack-A-Kami, Atomic Rollers, Hoop Shot, Nuka Zapper race game. I don't really like this game. It's kind of boring. I wish they had the other one where you could shoot stuff. That one was fun. Another token dispenser, Atomic Roller Ball, the basketballs, and then the various signs. Games, Nuka prizes. Like stick this up here. Oh god, that thing's bigger than I thought it would. No, screw it, we'll stick it up there. Yeah, everybody's still working right now. Yeah, they're all working on the farm right now. But usually later in the evening, they all come over here. They all congregate over here, and they love using the pommel horses and the workout benches. In fact, I should probably move this workout bench now that I have a chance. Let me move this over here. And I'll move this pommel horse just a bit. There we go. What else could I put there? I could put another atomic roller there. Oh, Nukatown, USA. It's bigger than I thought it would be. Okay. Shrub cutout. Employees only. Signpost. And signs. Broken signposts. Enter. Okay. Exit. Clothing required. If you spit from this ride, you may be removed from the park. Nothing amazing here. I guess it's okay. I could still put the little post somewhere. Like I could stick it over here and put like exit here. Oh, that's neat. Okay. I see how it does it. Hold on. Okay. Information, exit. Here we go. Oh, other way. Okay, and I think I could still move this, right? Okay, good. Can turn it a little bit. Yay, and it says exit. Refreshments. First aid, ride sign, game signs. Restrooms, gift shop. That's a little weird, but it's alright, I guess.
You've gotta try the slot machine. It's the best.
Oh yeah, and I also have a slot machine here for them too. They are addicted to the slot machine. Here's a new coal dude. Dang it.
Haha, yes, I win again.
Well, the good thing about this place is it's huge, so that's why I have tons of room to put all this stuff in. But yeah, that in a regular settlement would be a little tight. Let's see, I think I'll put in one more for him. Oh, it doesn't snap. I wish they'd snap together. Well, I need to give them some more balls. Okay. So, oops. Oh, I guess I got to spawn them on the floor. Okay. Now I gotta make sure it works. Here, I'll keep one ball here. Okay, yeah, only 2 balls came out. Oh! Sorry! Sorry. And this is a lot harder than it looks. Oh my god, look, they're both stuck on the edges here. Okay, that's it. We're going. I think these give more. I think. Oh, I can't even make that. No, come here. Damn it. Okay, we'll go back to normal now. And I am terrible at this game. Hey, look at that. Legit shot right there. Hey, another good shot there. Oh, yeah. Oh, my balls are getting stuck. Hey, 1900, not bad. Oh, look at that. Another legit shot, but it was after the timer. How many tickets I get? 82 tickets. Hey. And of course I suck at this one. I noticed that you don't even really have to make it in the hoop, you just have to kind of hit the hoop sometimes. Yeah, this one I had a problem last time with the balls just going everywhere. Because it's so hard to kind of just do a little shot, because, yeah, see, they go everywhere. Air hockey? They don't have air hockey. It'd be awesome if they did. Hey, look, I made a shot. Legit. Look at that. Hey, another shot. 2 in a row. Can I get 3? Ah, nope, but it gave me the credit. It didn't go in, but I got credit. Oh, it counted. Yeah. Dang it. But now I have a... Where'd the basketball go? I know... Oh, there it is. The last shot. No. Yeah, see, the balls kind of go all over the place. How many tickets? 600? How many tickets? I think I got like 18 tickets. 11 tickets. Well, that's kind of neat. And again, get more tokens here. Pinball? No pinball. No. In fact, let me head over to Nuka World. Because I'm pretty sure every 24 hours in the game it updates the prizes that you get, because there's Nuka-Cade in Nuka World, and it's actually run by some guy, and you can turn in your tickets for prizes. Like, one of the games that I wish I could build in the settlements is the shoot 'em game, where you use your actual gun and you shoot the targets. That one's actually kind of fun, and it gives a ton of tickets. But yeah, pinball machine would be kind of neat. I think if they spent just a little more time working on these, help defend Greentop Nursery, help defend Sanctuary. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to defend any of that stuff. You all take care of yourselves. Okay. With Nuka-Cola. I like how the slaves are still hanging around here. I mean, they're not slaves anymore. They're free, but they're like, I'm just going to hang around now. Okay, hopefully... Okay, good. Oh, don't freeze on me. Oh, that's the cafe. Oh, here's Nuka-Cade. Here we go. That's where we need to go. And occasionally he gives me a mission, too. So let's go talk to this guy. Laser tag? No. No laser tag. They're very basic carnival-like games. Okay, yeah, here's the dude.
Welcome back, boss.
Okay, this one, Bandit Roundup. I wish I could make this one. This game is actually kind of neat. I mean, it's just a shoot 'em target game. That's all, but it's fun. That I wish I could make. Here's the Kami Whacker or Whack-A-Kami. Plenty of those. Here's the hoop shots again. Oh, look, see, another Kami Wrecker. I could just grab another one of these if I needed it. Here's the machine I wish I could make. The Nuka-Cade prize terminal. Because the cool thing is you turn in your tickets and then the prize comes out of his mouth. Let me see what prizes they have here today. Come on. Let's redeem some tickets. So 86.68 total tickets. Okay. Let's see. Prize level 5. That's usually where they have the big one. Oh, they got a couple of good weapons in here. Plasma weapons, combat shotgun, Chinese officer sword. The only thing is it doesn't say if they're legendary or not. I imagine this one is. These two probably are. But I obviously don't have enough tickets for that. Chinese shotgun, pack chest armor. Acid soaker. Huh. We're going to get the acid soaker. And watch, the prize is supposed to come out of that guy's mouth. Look at this thing. Acid soaker. Oh, yeah. That's a legendary. Inflicts ongoing acid damage and temporarily reduces damage resistance. Huh. The damage is only 12. And I need to make... Oh, you need to make special rounds for it. Fire rate 66, range 35. Accuracy 89, value 125. That's an interesting gun. But once you tag them, it basically keeps eating away at their health, which is kind of neat. So there we go. We got the acid soaker. Let's see what other games. Yeah, see, they have this, but it's out of order. So I'm guessing they never made, never wanted it to be playable. It's just kind of there. More Whack-A-Kami. Here's the Atomic Rollers. Here's the Nuka Zapper race thingy. Yeah, see, the Zapper thing is all you do is you basically just keep shooting the little target, and, it just races them to the top. It's kind of boring. Oh, cigarettes. Let me see, does he have any other...
Here to test out your skills, boss?
Hey there.
If you're looking for tokens or tickets, I sell plenty of both. Interested?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Whatever you need, boss.
So he sells tickets too. Okay. Nugacade tokens. He's got 30 tokens. He says he sells tickets. I don't see anything. There's no tickets here. He's got some basketballs on him. Atomic roller balls. I can just make those. Nugacade tokens, 30. How much are they each? 4? Oh, so because usually you need like the old school money to get tokens, but I guess you can spend your caps and get them from him too. So that's kind of good. I think I got plenty of those Nugacade tokens though. Of course, he sells drugs. Because why not? That sucks. He sometimes has a mission for me, but he hasn't given it to me lately. The mission's called, it's a repeatable one. It's called Amoral Combat. And it basically sends you back to the combat arena that you had to go through to get here. And it will give you like various types of opponents to face. I think I'm gonna go do the gun one here real quick. Oh, come here. Go over there. Play it. Play what? The gun thing? Sure, we'll play. You don't have to use this gun, but it's just it spawns there automatically. I just use my. I usually just use my 6-shooter. They do get faster. Oh crap, I missed. You can use a 10mm, so you don't have to reload as much. But I like using this gun. Oh, now they're getting faster. Oh, got him. Oh, I got close. I got 6,000. That's my own high score right there. And look, it gives a ton of tickets. Look at this. 464 tickets. That's a lot of tickets. Yeah, I kind of like this game. It would be cool to play with other people, so you can battle over the high score. Go turn in some more tickets. Come on. Work, damn it. Work! There it goes. Okay, it didn't take my tickets that time. I think it bugged. Uh-oh, I think it's bugging. It usually doesn't freeze like this. Yeah, it's bugging. It keeps sending me back to it, too. Oh, no, please don't bug like this. No! Okay, good, good, good. Okay. It broke out of that. No, no, go, no, don't go back! Oh, my God. Stop! I don't want to do this no more. I don't think it replaces the prize either. Or does it? Psycho buff operator's belted chest piece. Oh, mini nuke for 5,000 tickets. Nah, I'm gonna save my tickets. Not spending 5,000 on a mini nuke. Okay, good. There. Now it's not broken anymore. Let me try it again. There it goes. Now let's redeem tickets. Okay, oh, I think it did add the tickets. Okay, good. Yeah, that's the Nuga World games. They're pretty fun. There are a couple that they... Oh, Atomic Rollerball. There are a couple that I think they could have added here. Like one really fun one that we used to do with the carnivals is that one game that pushes the coins. Do you know what game I'm talking about? Where it's basically like there's a whole bunch of coins on this flat surface, and you basically toss a coin into it, and then it kind of randomly places that coin, and then it slowly moves the coins forward. I think they could have done that easily with all the tokens. That would have been fun. Yeah, the coin pusher one. That could have been fun. Take all my money. It's like, stop it. You have too many. Now I get to take all my coins.
A few of the machines have been acting up, but don't worry. I fixed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little coin pusher machine is fun. There's also the one, I don't know how they would do it with darts. I guess they could do it with a gun. Is where they put a bunch of balloons on the wall behind them, and then you pay usually you pay like a ticket or $1 or whatever, and then you get a dart, and then you pick whatever balloon you want, and then you throw the dart, and if you break the balloon, usually behind the balloon there's like a star or some sort of symbol, and based on the symbol that you basically get from popping the balloon, you get a prize according to that. Unfortunately, a lot of the times, the prizes were pretty crap, or most of the little symbols behind them didn't give you anything, so that kind of sucked. There's also another one that they do. It's the ring toss, where they would have a bunch of old soda bottles, and they'd put them in these milk crates, and then you could get these little hard plastic rings, and you would try to toss them onto the neck of the bottle, and if you got it, then you'd win a big prize. But it was actually really hard to do.
Gangs are gone. It's like a weight's been lifted off us. Thanks.
Poor guy, he still has his collar on. I can't even remove the collar for him. Yeah, that's some interesting party games. Is Gage still here? I've shot that dude in the face like 10 times. His body will not despawn. I think I threw his body over here somewhere. Because he's technically a follower, but once you turn on the gangs, he attacks you, so he becomes killable. I'm pretty sure I tossed his body somewhere around here. In Detroit, just take the prize. That reminds me, there was a guy, I want to say he was local, but there was a dude who went to the carnival, and we know how, I mean, most of us know what it's going to be like when you go to the carnival. You're probably not going to win anything, and if you do, the prize is going to be, it'll be like a stuffed animal or something, you know. But you don't go to try and win an amazing prize. You go just because you're going to have some fun, right? So you realize you're going to dump like $10, $20 on carnival games. And maybe if you're lucky, you walk away with like a little plush rabbit or something, right? We get that. We understand that. Well, some guy went to the carnival, ends up dropping something like $700 on this one game, can't win. So he goes, and so he leaves, goes to the ATM, pulls out like another $500 and drops that $500 on that same game. He finally wins. He gets the big prize. And he's like, yeah, I won. Goes home, takes the prize and everything, goes home, and then like the next day, he realizes, I just paid $1,200 for this giant stuffed animal. And of course he gets angry. And they interview him. I think you can find it. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Is it this guy? Let me see. Oh my god. Okay, this is from... Oh, this is several years ago. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a different one, I think. But it kind of is the same thing. Henry Gribbaum says he lost his life savings, $2,600, trying to win an Xbox Connect. The 30-year-old man from... Oh, wow. This is sad and funny at the same time.
12 minutes now after 8 o'clock, and a New Hampshire man says his trip to the carnival was a horror show where he ended up losing his entire life savings.
He claims he was conned at a carnival game. Michael Rosenfield spoke with him.
Henry Gribbaum says he lost his life savings, $2,600, on a carnival game like this one. And all he has to show for it is this stuffed banana with dreadlocks.
You're expecting to win a few things and, let the kids have a good time. It just didn't turn out that way.
Gribbaum says he attended a Manchester carnival run by Fiesta Shows and wanted to win an Xbox Connect at a game called Tubs of Fun, where contestants toss balls into a tub. When he practiced, he says it was easy, but something changed when he started playing for the prize, and the balls kept popping out.
It's not possible that it wasn't rigged.
Gribbaum says he kept trying to win back his money by going double or nothing. He dropped $300 in just a few minutes, then says he went home to get $2,300 more and soon lost all that as well.
I know it's a difficult game. I mean, I've tried it myself. I've done it once, missed probably 20 times.
Fiesta Show says the game is run by an independent contractor who worked for Fiesta for years. It's interviewing the contractor to see what happened. Are there any scams at all with any of the games?
Not that I'm aware of. We've had a lot of these game operators with us for years.
The traveling carnival is now setting up here in Derry, New Hampshire, but you will not see Tubs of Fun. Fiesta says the independent contractor that runs the game is not allowed to set up while an investigation is taking place.
Because you get caught up in the whole double or nothing, I've got to win my money back.
Henry says he went back the next day to complain, and the man running the game gave him back $600. Henry split with the banana and the cash and filed a report with Manchester PD.
Oh my god, dude. Come on. Come on. That is just... Oh my god, dude. He's lucky he got 600 back. That is... I mean, come on, dude. Once you're down like $5, just stop. Come on. I understand. Again, you have to realize it's a carnival game. They're nearly impossible to win. Like that basketball game where you go and you try to make the basketball in the hoop. Those hoops are not regulation, obviously, and you can tell. You can look at them. I've even been to some of those, and the game people who are running the game, even they will tell you it's not regulation. It is a tiny hoop. You basically have to make the perfect shot. And, but that's kind of the whole thing. I thought people just knew that. They just knew, okay, it's a carnival game. You're probably going to lose. It's very much based on luck. Oh my god. Okay, let me see if I can find... I have to show you all this. I gotta show you. Oh my god. It's so stupid. Okay, I'm trying my best not to make fun of this poor man. He's not very smart. Let me share this with you on Discord. This is him with the giant banana with dreadlocks. This is so dumb. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't want to laugh at this poor guy, but come on, man. How do you drop $2,300 on a carnival? I mean, I could build a new computer with less money. I mean, a really good new computer with less than that. The dude walks away with a giant banana with dreadlocks. That's tracks, man. This is tracks, dude. This is so tracks. When he comes back and you know how tracks comes around like once a month. Next time he comes around, just spam this picture to him. Just spam the picture. So the question would then be, okay, is he the guy or is he the banana with the dreadlocks? That's so stupid. Oh my god, dude. How could you... keep it together, Richard. Keep it together. Don't make fun of the boar man. Stop it. Stop making fun of him. Anybody can be duped. You just generally don't see it that easy. But I know what... It showed what game he was playing, the Tubs of Fun game. And the way it's designed is... it's basically they give you like this little like a wiffle ball. Basically, it's like a plastic ball with holes in it, and then you have to toss it. The whole idea is to toss it into this basket, and it seems like the easiest thing to do. The thing is, though, is that the basket is leaning at a very awkward angle, and not only that, but the bottom of the basket is spring-loaded. It has little springs, so if you hit the very center or even anywhere near the center of the basket when you're trying to get the ball in there, it's going to bounce right back out. So it's very difficult to do, to actually pull it off. You can do it. I've actually seen people who have perfected winning that game. You have to toss the ball in a very particular way, and you have to add like some backspin to it or some front spin to it to get it to stay in there. But it is actually a really difficult game. But again, you know, it's a carnival game. They're set up for you to lose. So, yeah. But we all need a banana with dreadlocks. I want to buy one. I want to buy one. Stuffed banana with dreadlocks. Amazon. You think I'm kidding? I'm typing it in right now. God. I found it. I found it. And it retails for $21. It's a $21 item. Retail. The guy paid $2,300 for it. But here it is. You can actually buy it. Stuffed, you know, it's stuffed giant banana with dreadlocks. God. Hold on. I'm gonna share this in Discord just to show that you can buy it. There you go. That's it's basically called the Jamaican banana stuffed or stuffed Jamaican banana or something. Stuffed banana with dreadlocks pack opening. Yeah, we could do that. It's so dumb. I've been streaming long enough. I need a break, man. My legs are falling asleep. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm not gonna buy it. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Again, to our new subs, thank you. I'm getting ever so close to 1,000. I'm getting a little psyched now about that. I'll be around probably. I'm probably gonna go get some lunch right now. Until then, guys, be nice to each other. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy. Wear your mask, and I'll